Welcome to ARK and the Chaos Gaming Primal Fear cluster server. I'm starting on the island here. Links to the server and the mods involved in the description below. But Primal Fear is definitely the main mod pack here, with everything else kind of built around that. And on the island I like to start somewhere down the south. Even though in ARK normally, and especially in Primal Fear, I wouldn't say that the beach is necessarily the safest place to be. In fact, you actually want a safe spawning point, it would be somewhere on the high ground. But they like the beach, so we're going to try and start there and hopefully not die too many times. For some extra challenge, I won't be taking any of the Chaos Gaming starter kits. These kits will give you additional items at the start of the game, or you can buy VIP items at any point later on. But I'm going to make a separate overview for those because I don't want to be taking. I want the extra challenge for this playthrough. Let's see what's awaiting me on this beach. So it looks like some people have already set up base. As always with ARK, depending on how long the server's been running at the point you start, the beach may or may not be more or less busy. Even on a relatively busy map, Ragnarok would probably be the most busy. You should be able to find plenty of space, and I'm sure to be plenty of stuff around to kill you. Grabbing these stones to get started. I'm going to punch some trees to get some wood. And a Minecraft style there. Actually, since I've got a kind of a safe area, I'm going to take a moment here to do demonstration stuff, which you should do as soon as you can on a new server, especially on this server. So you've got the F1 for info mod. So F1, stuff to read through. Starter kits I mentioned, if you wanted to get them, you type in kit, gives you a list. The main ones of interest would be kit starter, starter dino, tools. The other thing I need to do is I need to set a tribe, so how should we go? Yeah, that works. Let's just go Shadowlands. And that's a server wall here, so you don't need to do those things. It's for Primal Fear in general, that's specific for the Chaos Gaming servers. Well, if you are playing on a server like, obviously it's best to check the walls for whichever server you're playing on. Got a pretty high XP leveling here, I think. Not sure what it is, like 5 times, 10 times, might be more. We've already got a few levels. For Primal Fear, I'm not going to level up health. Normally I would, but for Primal Fear, basically the dinosaurs will do so much damage to you that just don't even bother trying to like melee them. So I'm going to almost ignore that and save my skill points. So I'm going to try and get stamina up for the extra sprint speed. Well, not sprint speed, but well, stamina. You can sprint for longer, run away from stuff. Going to try and get the rate up, maybe to 2000. Try and get the movement speed up to maybe 200%. And probably most of the rest of it, I tend to just dump it into crafting skill. Because as soon as you start getting blueprints for weapons, armor, etc., any crafting skill you've got will make that stuff a lot better, which is really handy. So looking around here, we actually appear to have genuinely found a safe place. It's kind of surprising. Don't be upset if you find essentially a spawn point where you just immediately die, and you do that 3, 4, 5 times. Just done that plenty. So look at engrams, I'm going to be building the standard pickaxe and hatchet. I've got the FMK mod here, these never break, so I'm just going to make the unbreakable version. Similar for the spear. Bowler, I'm just going to learn it now, we'll get to the bowler later. And the FMK cloth slet. Basically it's a version of armor the same as cloth that doesn't break. So I just make these items if you don't have FMK. My suggestion. Wait some more. So what have I got here? So I need to get more fibre, get that in a minute. Starting off with a pickaxe though, so I can get some stone and stuff. Oh, actually specifically flint, so you can get stone by picking up these rocks. You can't get flint that way. To get flint I need to go and hit some actual rocks with a pickaxe. And there we go, added flint. And you go. Gonna get a lot of levels, even on like official, you'll get the first few levels quite quickly, just like passively. I'm also getting XP for harvesting resources, crafting and killing stuff. Killing stuff is probably the biggest one, but crafting is pretty good as well. Leveling up rate, just going harvesting a lot of resources, I don't want to like get way down. Didn't get that fibre yet, but I can get the hatchet. Get a spear so I can start like defending myself. Fibre I'm going to get from a plant. Pressing the interact key on the plant. Already got enough fibre now. I also want narco berries. Now narco berries at this stage are very important. Don't like throw them away. If you had the starter trike, the trike can harvest the bushes for you pretty quickly. Points into weight. So I should have to make the cloth armor now. So it's good to have some clothes. It'll get rid of this cold debuff here. And it does provide 10 armor each, so it's going to be a total of 50 armor. Which will make a little bit of difference even without boosting health against like weaker stuff that won't kill you as quickly as it otherwise might. Although pretty much anything from the Primal Fear mod rather than like normal stuff will still kill you. I'm feeling quite good about this beach right now, so I'm going to carry on collecting resources here for a moment to get as many of these narco berries as I can, because to tame some dinosaurs at some point. Level ups, that's always handy. Already got enough weight for the time being, so I'm going to start doing that movement speed just so I can run around quicker. Yeah, you don't get a huge amount of movement speed per level, but if you can get to like 200%, that's like a decent boost. Get the maps, see how I spawned. You wouldn't have the map explored necessarily individually. Personally, I'd say there's nothing particularly wrong with just looking online on the wiki at the maps. It'll tell you where the resources are, because otherwise you could spend like... Honestly, you could probably spend like days literally trying to find crystals. If nobody told you where crystals were, for example, or nobody told you what oil is, you could spend a lot of time being like, where is the oil on this map? So do look this up online. The Gamepedia for ARK has all this information. It's really useful. I'm just going to put my quick bar, a spear. And so this very initial bit, I'd say like getting XP is the main goal, so anything that gets XP is good. Depends on your XP rate. So I've already got quite a lot of stuff, so what I'll probably be looking to get is narcotics, either the FMK one or the vanilla one. If you use the vanilla one, you need the mortar and pestle to actually craft it, but that's why it's here, it just requires some stone. Hide is going to be the difficult one there. I'll find some hide in a moment. And I'll also be wanting to get a bow at some point and stone arrows. Definitely a possibility. The other alternative would be if I got some crystal, make a primal smithy, and actually no, I can make the primal spear just as it is. So yeah, primal spear. The main difference between like the primal spear and a normal spear is the primal spear is like it's got like a narcotic like coating on the spear, like a poisoned arrow or something, I guess you could say. I need some wood. So it's basically that's for like knocking stuff out rather than killing it, which will be handy. One thing to note, so the FMK spear, as well as being unbreakable, this is unlimited. You can just keep throwing them. The normal spear, including the primal spear, they're not unlimited, so although throwing them is going to be pretty good, every time I throw one, unless I can go and pick it up again afterwards, I am actually like consuming my spears. So I grabbed some resources and got a bit of XP quickly, so I think what I'm going to do is, when on the beach, I'm going to try and find some stuff to kill for hide and for XP. Okay, that done. I've got some levels. Gotta keep bringing the movement speed up. I found some Navy Raptor. It looks like I'm correct, so that's not going to kill me. So normally dodo is good to hunt. This is a big dodo, it's going to kill me. In fact, it's going to chase me and then kill me. Let's just run away from those. I believe they are specifically alpha dodos. But yeah, definitely want to stay away from them. At least for the time being. We want to stay away from that as well. Once let's find some regular dodos, they're going to be pretty small. So when you see them, it's pretty obvious what you found. Try and get away from everything here that's going to kill me and try and find one of these dodos. They are normally everywhere along the beach. Big one. No, and yeah, I'm surprised about ARK killing you repeatedly, so I like hesitated there for a second. And apparently that was chasing me really quietly behind. I didn't hear a thing. So let's just try a different spawn point. So I guess a good demonstration here. This mod pack does have tombstone, which means I keep my stuff. Normally in ARK you'd actually lose your stuff every time you die. Let's stay away from that before it decides to kill me. Maybe I was too slow. Yeah, I got lucky on the first spawn point. Now it's going to give me lots of spawn points where you die quickly. So having the tombstone mod in Primal Fear, very, very, very useful. I got lucky this time, so here's a nice regular dodo. So I need hide, so that's basically what I was looking for. So although it's a bird with feathers, you do get hide from them. Don't want to hit that particularly. Just going to throw all the spears at it. Got some of the spears back, I guess. Well, actually, I was using unlimited one. If I wasn't using unlimited, you could get some of the spears back once it's dead. Obviously, unlimited, it doesn't really, you don't get them back because it's always unlimited. Low level dodo, so this one. Or I could miss it. Or it could just not do damage. What's up with this dodo? Now I'm actually genuinely missing. There we go. That's going to give me some more hide. It should be useful for, if I had the hide armor, very useful to get that early on. You can't just even pause in this game to like explain something, can you? Well, I got what I wanted, so let's just spawn there and see how that goes. Thank God for tombstone. Where was I? So yeah, if I wasn't using the unbreakable armor, hide would be a decent upgrade. I'm not going to bother because it'll just break. Don't really feel like making it repeatedly. This one I could also make a simple bed. This would give me a respawn point instead of these random respawns. I could respawn specifically at the bed. And if I didn't have tombstone, I'd definitely be thinking about making like a little tiny hut and putting a storage box in it, because if I was losing my stuff every time I died, I'd want to be putting stuff somewhere safe to like store, basically, as I said, storage hut. And I want to try and get onto metal as soon as I can, so I'm going to try and go up the hill. And I actually can't remember exactly on... Yeah, I can't remember exactly on island. So I guess... Do you see like there's a river where I am? Like, not falling down a cliff, like coming through here. So either up there or up there is metal. Now I think it's this one, but I didn't mark it on the map, so I'm going to try the one I think it is, and if I'm wrong, I guess I'll go over to the other hill. But at least on the island, most of the metal is on top of hills, as well as the crystal. Some of the resources will be a little bit more challenging. Looking out for anything nasty in the water. Try and climb up here. Once I find a metal rock, it's going to be pretty obvious what it is. Assuming there's one up here at all. Let's head that direction. Okay, I see one in the distance now. I think I'm fine with that, hopefully. Less fine with that. Hopefully I put enough movement speed and stamina to outrun it now. Maybe not. Let's try and knock it out. Yeah, so one of the things I found in Primal Fear is quite often it's... Another one coming. Quite often it's easier to knock stuff out with narcotics and basically put them to sleep than it is to actually try and kill them. At least as far as like personal weapons go, dinosaurs basically have way more hit points and way more damage than the player. Now, I thought I saw another little... Oh, there it is. Yes, I thought something was attacking me. But I'm going to actually kill them once I get the chance. Well, it's just sleeping now, it's not going to wake up. I can just basically hack it to pieces. And this is... Actually, does it even show the health? You can see the health on this tooltip because it's knocked out. You can see got a lot of health. If I was to use the spear on it, do a bit more damage, but like... Took one spear to knock out and... What, 5 or 6 to kill it. So, knocking out, way to go. And let's go into this next one. Same deal. This takes 3. I'm hitting in the head as well. Like, these things are surprisingly durable. But I'm afraid I do need your meat and you want your hides. And you did attack me, so... Not that I felt much pity for the dodo, but I definitely don't feel much pity for you. There's more stuff. I'm just going to try and stay clear of more stuff over there. So this is like a mid-tier metal rock. So you can see like the veins of metal, and then the ones that are like completely like almost like a gold color, they're the most metal rich ones. But I've only got stone pickaxe, which means I'm going to get very little metal from it. The stone pickaxe is not good at harvesting metal. Hopefully I get a little bit though. Also takes a while to actually harvest one of these rocks. I don't like, I guess you can like do half of it and just leave it. I don't like doing that. I like to finish the rock off. But I have now got some metals, so along with that and some levels, almost at 200%. What I want to get, and so you can see, well, actually I'll show you. I've still got the 25 on that, so you might have to do some more killing or harvesting and stuff to get here. But basically the idea is I want to get the S+ smithy, the forge, and the metal tools, which you would have got if you used the kit tools. So this needs metal ingots. So I start with the refining forge. It just needs like basic items. Hide is probably the hardest one to get there. And you get a decent amount of crafting XP for all these things as well. I'm just going to add the wood metal to that. Do my levels while the metal smelts. Now, like many games, you can just kind of leave the metal in there or background. If I click that one too many times, 208%. Like, I'm not going to say no to movement speed. And you can reset your skills later if you really want to change your skill point assignment. I'm taking that metal, I'm going to make a smith. Take some of that wood back as well, actually. And then with the smith, put the metal in, the wood. Also it needs hide. Make some new tools. So I'm no longer going to be stone ones. Got that done nice and quick. Definitely something you want to look at upgrading to as soon as you can in ARK. But kind of a combination of the having an easily accessible metal resource up here, considering like it's near the starting beach on this map. And getting like a good amount of XP means you can get this quickly. I'm just gonna leave that there for a second. Go get some more wood. So if I see another metal rock, there should be more around here. I'm not gonna leave that there for a second. I wasn't fast enough. Okay, so even without like tombstone and stuff, your items will drop on the ground. And there's a good chance like your structures like the refining forge, they probably wouldn't like intentionally destroy it. Sometimes wild dinosaurs will destroy structures if it's like blocking their movement. But they don't normally like attack structures, they're just out in the open like that. I was looking at the map, I was on that hill over there, so I'm going to try and get over there as quickly as I can. Oh yeah, so against my death points, so depending on settings I believe, but definitely on the Chaos Gaming ones, you get these little like green markers to show you where you died. And the only way to actually get rid of that is to destroy the corpse. Now the marker goes away. So okay, so it did actually damage my forge. And that actually went out of hide. Okay, I picked up the smithy, so the stuff in the smithy dropped on the ground. So I need to repair this before I can pick it up. Okay, I can now pick it up. So I'm pretty sure it didn't intentionally attack it, but I think because I just stood next to it, it like got hit by the same attack. And there should be more metal up here. And also the crystal. As I was going to say is, in my experience, high ground is safer. This is basically because if dinosaurs, let's say the dinosaurs spawn like evenly distributed across the map area, they can go downhill and fall off cliffs and stuff quite easy, or they can jump off cliffs and attack you. It is not so easy for land dinosaurs to get back up, however. Partly just because of the cliff, and also because the pathfinding and ARK, like, they're not generally smart enough to find the paths to get up. Which means like the higher you are, the less likely it is that a dinosaur will get up and kill you. So I'm going to put the refining forge back. Basically what I want to do is try and get like a few thousand metal while I'm here. As you can see, this metal pickaxe is way faster at collecting metal for us getting mostly stone, although also this is a much richer node. So I guess you'll just have to take my word for it, this pickaxe is way better. And so coming across the crystals, so I'm just going to use the pickaxe on this. Somehow the crystals often drop stone, but you should get a reasonable amount of crystal from it. You don't need too much to start with, I'm just going to get as much as I can, however. Because crystals are harder to come across. I don't want to have to come back here again every like 5 minutes because I need another 5 crystal. So I got a good amount of metal, so that's going to take a little bit of time. Probably won't let it all refine right now. I might just carry around some of the raw metal because it'll take a while. Also got a decent amount of crystal. It is actually night time, dark. What I've done is I've turned up the gamma, so I can actually see okay, at least with the like light from the fire and stuff on my monitor. But I know, like, especially with like video compression stuff, some mobile devices tends to be not so great for streams. So I kind of just cheated and turned the gamma up for now. And also it means I don't have to literally wait until morning to show some stuff. So I got more levels. I'm just going to start putting them into crafting skill for the time being. I guess I could have put some into weight, but I want to make sure I get crafting skill up as much as I can before I need it. So with the crystal I got, I'm going to get also spyglass, that's important. Also available in the starter kit, so yeah, if you've got the starter kit then you don't need to worry about that. Because this is going to let me actually see dinosaurs from a distance and see what their like levels are. So I can look at them and go, that's an apex. Stay like as far away from that as I can. Essentially in a Primal Fear, anything that's like not a vanilla dinosaur, just be very careful with it. The basic tier after that would be generally toxic, then alpha, then elemental stuff and apex. Apex is kind of at a similar strength level, to be honest, because elementals have some really nasty attacks. After that you've got fabled, which is again a small step up from elemental really. Then there's primal, which is a pretty big step up. Origins, and there's some like special stuff along the way. It's like on the side. Like Omega is kind of between, kind of similar to fabled rather. So some things I'm going to go for now is going to go for crossbow. Not how you spell crossbow. So I'm going straight for this because I got the metal quickly, I got the XP quickly, and I was using the Primal Spear anyway. There is like a basic bow, which is still pretty good if you don't have the crossbow available yet. For example, the bow doesn't need metal, so if you haven't found metal, or haven't found much metal, go with the bow. To go with the crossbow, that's only like level 25 if you think about it. And the reason why I'd say you'd probably near enough have this anyway. If I go down through the many grams, searching makes life easier here. The trank arrow, which is what you'd use with a bow to knock stuff out, is level 21 anyway. So if you want to knock stuff out in Primal Fear, you're going from 21 to 25. Get upgrades to crossbow. It's not many levels. There's also this powerful melee weapon puts it here. Power Pike. The Power Pike is pretty good at knocking stuff out. I don't have obsidian right now. If you happen to have come across obsidian, then by all means this can be worth making. But no obsidian for me, so I'm going to have to go with trank arrows. Also going to make sure I've got a bowler if I haven't already. I'm going to use the FMK bowler just because it doesn't like, it's unlimited like the spear. That there. Let's just forget about that for the time being. For the crossbow, I'm going to want some arrows. I'm going to make trank arrows. I'll make the FMK narcotic as soon as I get some narcoberries and some meat. And I thought I had some meat, so it does get really unlucky and it all. I've got meat. I don't know what I was looking at. I think I didn't have meat. What I didn't do is let it spoil though, so I actually want spoiled meat, so I'm going to split these stacks. I'm going to have to wait 8 minutes. I should have thought about this 5 minutes ago. So there might be some time skipping there because I definitely want the spoiled meat so I can make narcotics. So while I wait for that, the other thing I actually didn't get was any narcoberries. I'm just going to harvest more bushes. Again, if you had the starter trike, they'll harvest way more berries. Narcoberry is the one I'm really looking for, so I want to have 100 or so of those just to get started. That'll be used to make narcotics, which I need those trank arrows. I also do actually need a bunch of the seeds, so don't throw seeds or anything like that away just yet. But that'll be like later once I build a base. So what you can do with the seeds is you can plant them to grow crops. So I'm not too worried about the berries, it's easy enough just to harvest like the nearest bush for berries. But some of the crops you can't harvest the thing directly, like, well basically the vegetable ones like potatoes and carrots and stuff. Also actually worth mentioning, in the Primal Fear mod I do want tinterberry seeds and narcoberry seeds for making a better version of the narcotic a bit later. And actually that does use up quite a lot of those seeds. So that meat has now spoiled, so I've got my spoiled meat narcoberries I collected. I can now make the narcotics. If you have FMK, they're in the mortar and pestle instead. Yeah, so I got a lot of metal. I did use up a lot of durability on the pickaxe, so what I'm going to do is go and put the pickaxe back in the smith. Select repair. Okay, what do I need to repair? I need hide. Hide in there, repair. And that's going to restore that to full durability. Okay, if the tool breaks, then you can't use it anymore. Let's go those back for the moment. So now I've got the Cossacks. We're going to make a bunch of trank arrows. Let's go make 60 actually, because why not? That will take a little bit of time though. Probably the first things I'll be looking to tame will be a Pteranodon and a Trike. And I've not got anything really to help me tame stuff more quickly or better stuff to knock stuff out. I'm going to be trying to go for like a low level one, like 50, 60, 70. Definitely anything over level 100 starts getting difficult until you've got some taming helper. And probably actually some better stuff for knocking them out in the first place. Otherwise you'll be needing quite a lot of arrows. And also on the Pteranodons, they're actually always easy to knock out, but on the Trikes, their torpor rating goes up pretty high. And then once you do get knocked out without any taming help, it's going to take a long time to tame it, which is pretty inconvenient because you have to watch that they don't wake up again, so you have to maybe knock them out a bit more with narcotics. And you're also going to have to defend them the whole time because any predators might come along and attack them. And if they take damage while you're taming them, they're going to lose tame effectiveness, which means bonus levels, and they could even get killed, so that's all pretty bad. Now, as for actually, I'm going to be taking a quick break here, so I'm just going to pick up my stuff. So I've got lots of metal for the future. I've refined a fair bit of it. And that's basically because of how much weight I'm able to carry on this server. Ordinarily I wouldn't be able to do that much and I'd have to come back for multiple trips. But since I can carry it, then, well, why not? Saves me coming back here quite as often. This will be enough metal to do quite a lot of the early on getting started stuff. Yeah, so be sure to like and subscribe, and